What would you do if a simple walk with your pet turned into a life or death struggle against a predator from the prehistoric past? Would you be willing to risk everything to save them? This is the harrowing true story of an 85-year-old woman whose quiet life in a Florida retirement community ended in a shocking and violent confrontation. But what you'll find out is that the story in the media is often wrong. Find out what really happened next on Spanish Lakes, a quiet retirement community in Fort Pierce, Florida, was designed to offer peace and relaxation to its residents, an escape from the chaos of the outside world. For Gloria Serge, this place became her haven. After losing her husband, Gloria found solace in this community, where every day felt safe and predictable, or so it seemed. Gloria's daily routine was simple: a walk with Trooper by her side, breathing in the fresh air, enjoying the quiet beauty of the community. But what she didn't know was that this very routine would lead her straight into the jaws of a predator. Beneath the still waters of Spanish Lakes, danger was lurking. Florida's lakes are home to over 1.25 million alligators, ancient predators who have thrived here for millions of years. They blend into their environment so well that their presence often goes unnoticed until it's too late. As Gloria and Trooper neared the water's edge, they were unaware that they were being watched. A 10-foot alligator, one that had been fed by residents, nicknamed Henry, was hiding in the murky depths. To the gator, this was just another opportunity for a meal. As Gloria strolled beside the lake, taking in the beautiful afternoon, she had no idea that she and Trooper had caught the predator's eye. The gator moved silently beneath the water, inching closer with each step they took. Then, without warning, the alligator struck. It erupted from the water with terrifying speed, its jaws open wide, aiming for Trooper. In that split second, Gloria was so taken by surprise and shock that she pulls at the leash of Trooper as he runs away, making the gator miss, then loses her balance and falls backwards. The gator misses Trooper and rotates its head around after losing its initial target to the larger, slower prey. Its jaws clamped down on Gloria's leg, dragging her toward the water. She screamed in terror, but it was a scream that no one was prepared for. That scream was heard by her friend and neighbor, Carol Thomas.
911! 911! There's a woman in a lake! The alligator's got her! She's what? The alligator's got her! There's an alligator's got her! An alligator has a woman! Okay, what's the address? What's the address? Okay, how big is it? It's a huge gator! It's huge!
Carol Thomas, a 76-year-old neighbor, had heard Gloria scream from her window. When she looked outside, she saw the unimaginable: her neighbor being pulled into the lake by a massive alligator. She immediately called 911, her voice trembling with fear as she described the scene.
I don't have anything to get to her. Is she alive? Yes, she's alive. She pulled her in. She pulled her in the lake. Okay, hold on, ma'am. I'm gonna transfer you over to the fire department, okay? What's your name? It's too late. It's too late. Oh my God. Did you pull her under? Yes. Oh no. It pulled her under? Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna transfer you to the fire department.
Carol ran toward the water, desperate to save her friend. But by the time she arrived, it seemed too late. Gloria had been dragged beneath the surface. The lake, once so calm, had become a graveyard. But then, in a final desperate moment, Gloria resurfaced. She gasped for air, her face filled with terror as she tried to stay above water. An overturned small boat was on the shore just feet from where Gloria was being held. Carol shouted to Gloria, begging her to swim to safety. But Gloria's voice, faint and filled with dread, responded with words that would haunt Carol forever. "I can't. The alligator still has me," she said before being pulled under the water once again. By the time the authorities arrived, Gloria was gone. The gator had dragged her to the bottom away from the shore, but the water was still moving. Something was below the surface. Was it the alligator that took Gloria? The serene waters of Spanish Lakes, a place of refuge for retirees, had become a scene of horror. Wildlife officers began their search for the alligator responsible. It wasn't long before they found it, a 10-foot-long gator, its belly swollen with the grim evidence of what had happened. It took 6 officers and an alligator hunter to capture the beast. This predator, once fed by residents and treated almost as a mascot, had become a killer. The alligator was euthanized shortly after its capture, but for Gloria's family and the residents of Spanish Lakes, the damage was already done. Gloria Serge was gone, another victim of Florida's thriving alligator population. But what went wrong? Could this tragedy have been prevented? And who should be held responsible for Gloria's horrific death? For Gloria's family, these questions demanded answers. In the months following her death, they filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the owners of Spanish Lakes. They claimed that the management knew of the alligator's presence and failed to act. They also blamed them for rules that did not allow them to walk their pets along the road. Did this force poor Julia to walk along the lake? Was this rule an unwitting participant in her tragic death? According to the lawsuit, residents and workers in the community had been feeding the gator scraps of food, unintentionally encouraging its aggressive behavior. They had even given it a name. They called it Henry, treating the dangerous predator as if it were a harmless pet. The family's lawsuit seeks $50,000 in damages, but more importantly, it seeks justice. Gloria's son William spoke tearfully of his mother's last moments and the immense grief that still lingers. For the residents of Spanish Lakes, Gloria's death was a harsh wake-up call. Warning signs were posted, lakes were fenced off, and alligator patrols increased. Multiple alligators were caught and relocated to other areas, but the fear remained. Could this happen again? And if so, when? In Florida, where humans and wildlife live side by side, such tragedies are not uncommon. Since 1948, over 450 alligator attacks have been reported. And as urban expansion continues to encroach on these predators' natural habitats, those numbers are expected to rise. So what can be done? How do we protect our communities while respecting the wildlife that's been here long before us? Is coexistence possible, or is conflict inevitable? For Gloria's family, the tragedy will always be personal. Trooper, the small dog whose life she saved, now lives with them, a reminder of her final act of love and courage. Gloria Serge's story is one of love and sacrifice, but it's also a stark reminder of the dangers that still lurk in Florida's waters. For anyone who lives near these lakes, rivers, or swamps, her story is a cautionary tale. Be vigilant, stay aware, and always remember, nature's deadliest predators are never far away. If this story has left you shaken, don't let it end here. Share Gloria's story with friends and family, especially those living in or visiting alligator country. It could save a life. And if you want to hear more chilling true stories of survival and sacrifice, hit like and subscribe to our channel. Because in the world of Jaws and Claws, the next victim could be just one step away from another terrifying headline. Stay safe, stay alert, and we'll see you on the next episode of Jaws and Claws.